Cilla here from Kardec, okay? I hope you're well. One more time again, picking up where we left off, which is chapter 5, a never ending chapter on this book, which is The Gospel According to the Spiritism by Allan Kardec. We're going to talk about melancholy today. And on my book, page 71. Everybody has different versions, but it's chapter 5, part of chapter 5, which is it's called Blessed Are the Afflicted. So we're dealing with a lot of afflictions and complaints and agony and all the wrong things we feel while living in this planet, which is planet Earth, while you go through this life, which is a passage. Anyways, shall we get to? Alright, so melancholy. Do you know why sometimes a vague sadness fills your heart, leading you to consider that life is bitter? This is because your spirit, aspiring to happiness and liberty, finds itself tied to the physical body, which acts like a prison, become exhausted through vain efforts to seek release. On recognizing that these attempts are useless, the soul becomes discouraged, and as the body suffers the influence of spirits, it feels itself weary, apathic, full of despondency, new word, and it is then that you judge yourself to be unhappy. So basically, all these feelings makes us feel unhappy, and the reasons are because we're trying to be free of the body, the physical body we have, because I have load, but we consciously don't know about any of that. It's just that we're just getting the feeling, but we don't know where it's coming from. Believe me when I tell you to resist these tendencies, which are your strength, as they only weaken your willpower. So stop fighting, live life as is meant to be. Aspirations for a better life are inborn in all mankind, but do not seek them in this world. Not that God is sending his spirits to instruct you on happiness, which he has reserved for you. Await with patience for the time when liberating angel will come to help you break away from the ties which hold your spirits captive. Remember, during your exile here on earth, you have a mission to fulfill that you do not even suspect, be it dedicating yourself to your family or fulfilling the various obligations bestowed upon you by God. If within the course of this exile probation, while seeking exoneration, you feel about to collapse through anxiety, uneasiness, or tribulations, be strong and courageous enough to support these pressures. Stand up to them with resolution, for they will soon pass. These are the only means by which you may reach for those from you pine and who, jubilant at seeing you once again amongst them, will hold out their hands towards you so as you guide you to regions inaccessible to the earth's afflictions. Francois de Genève, Bordeaux. Doesn't have the year. Alright, I think this it's almost sound like advice rather than an explanation. So for my little understand, before we reincarnate, we decide how our life is going to be depending on what we have to repent. So let's say, like as we read before, looks like if you're poor, you have, even though it's awful and we're like, oh, who want to be poor really, but you have more opportunity to repent things you have to, or picked up those mistakes we done before by being poor, then actually being rich, because rich people, what they are, okay, all great and wonderful, but the probability they're gonna make a mistake by not sharing the richness with others is greater than a poor person will make a mistake by, by just having to go through more tribulations in life. So anyways, I'm not saying, by that I'm not saying we think, oh, rich people has everything easy. No, they have it harder because they have more chance to make a mistake in this life than we poor. I mean, I'm not poor, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm not that like poor, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I appreciate more than ever poor people. You know what I mean? So what I mean to say is that rich people has more possibilities to make a mistake and have to come back again on this earth to repent. Is when poor people will encounter more difficulties, and every time they go through one, they get bonus points, basically. So what that's also saying is that you're gonna know again true happiness when the liberate angel will come to help you to break away from these ties which hold your spirits captive. Because what it is, in here in this earth, we sign up for what we're going through. We before incarnate say, I want to be born this way in this family, I want to do this and that and that and that and that. So you ask for all the things. So now once you're here, you cannot complain and say, look, I'm going through hell. Yes, you are, possibly, but remember, you ask that, and when you remember that, you get more power to live life by knowing that's something you ask for. So there we go. Be strong, and when you are in the deeps of, oh my God, what I'm doing here, I cannot take this anymore, take a deep breath and remember, I will never ask for myself something I cannot handle. You can handle. You will succeed. So take the moment to take a deep breath, to pray, and remember, I ask that upon myself. So therefore, that is a solution, and I will find the solution, and I will prevail. I will prevail this passage now. This is how you go with the spirit of fighting and not accepting and going to despair when the situation gets harder. You just head on collision of find the solution, the spiritual solution, not the earthly bound solution. Okay? Take care, and I'll see you soon.